Right. Greetings, wizards, witches, and warriors. This is the Ielosha Apeta B Oshun Yemi Akala Tunde. This has got to be Oshun Television. And you know how I do. Once I get on the video roll, I'm just on the video roll. So I'm going to roll with it. So, I can be putting some stuff out there for y'all. First thing, I want to make sure that everyone knows that my website is no longer O'Shea Tour Institute. That website has been closed. My website is www.gottobeoshun.com. G-O-T, the number 2, the letter B, OSHUN.com. So if you want a health consultation, an unschooling or parenting consultation, a reading, a divination, or spiritual consultation, that is the place that you need to look. If you want to buy my books, that is the place that you need to go. If you want to participate in the Black Witchcraft class, that is the place that you need to go. GotToBeOshun.com. All right. Second thing, the sale where I was selling the 3 books for $50 up until the autumn equinox has ended. However, I'm still taking pre-orders for the 4th book, which is Kundalini, Awakening the Serpentine Power Within the Black Woman. That the pre-orders are $20, and the pre-orders are 15. The pre-orders are $20, and the book will be $25. So I'm taking those, and that book will be out and available on the 31st of October, Samhain, and my birthday is on the 28th. So I was almost born on Samhain, but not quite. I was in a hurry to get here. You know I'm impatient. This particular video is addressing you taking responsibility for your life. Take full and total responsibility for your life. That is the only way to live a fulfilled life. That is the only way to fulfill your destiny. You can't fulfill your destiny if you are allocating responsibility for parts of yourself to other people. Begin by taking responsibility for having been born. You chose to be born in this lifetime. Whatever the circumstances of your birth, whatever the idiosyncrasies of the relationship between your father and your mother, you chose to be born this lifetime. It was your choice. Begin by taking responsibility for that. You chose to be here at this particular point in time. Okay? So you don't get to put that off on anybody else. You don't get to put that off on the irresponsibility of your mother and father. You don't get to put that off on, some passion or whatever type of relationship they had. You don't get to put that on anyone else. That was you. That was your choice. You also chose the gender. You also chose the cultural makeup. That means your racial identity. That means your cultural heritage. All of your ancestral heritage and the genes that make you who you are in this lifetime. You chose that. None of it is a mistake. You chose it because you chose a particular destiny to fulfill. And these are the tools that you need to fulfill that destiny. Some of us made choices that in this lifetime are more difficult than others. But these are still the tools that you need to fulfill your destiny. Never, ever look at the choices that you made in order to be this being that you are in this lifetime and think that any of those things make you less, or that any of those things should not be acknowledged, or that any of those things put you in some sort of a box that you can't get out of. Because that's not the case. You chose the gender. You chose the so-called race. You chose the family. You chose the time. You chose the space. None of this limits you. All of this empowers you. This is where your ashe, your personal power, comes from. That's why you chose these things, because you knew you would need these specific types of power to walk this walk. And that's the truth of the matter. You do not get to opt out and pretend that you are not that which you are. You don't get to do it. You can pretend to do it all that you want to, but at the end of the day, you are still this. And you chose to be this. The choice in and of itself is beautiful. The choice in and of itself is powerful. And embracing full responsibility for the choice that you made is one of the most powerful things that you can do in this lifetime. Do not allow the discrimination against women, or the small, tiny ways in which we are taught to view masculinity and femininity in this society, or the discrimination against people of color, or the discrimination against people with a particular texture of hair, with a particular type of body, with a particular type of eyesight, hands, feet. Don't allow people's discrimination against those things to make you forget how powerful each of those choices makes you. You are infinitely powerful within this being that you chose to be. Every little part of this being was your choice. You are that powerful. You are that important. It was your choice. Sink into that. Live it fully, whatever it means in this lifetime. Because understanding that and embracing that and then living from that perspective and not allowing anyone to tell you the lie that looking the way you look limits you to a particular lifestyle. Don't allow anyone to tell you that. It does not. Doing that, not allowing that lie to become your reality, is one of the greatest revolutions that you will ever participate in. There is no shame in the brownness of my skin. So when you look at me, I want you to see color. Don't look at me and say, I don't see color. Don't speak to me about being colorblind or tell me that I should feel or be colorless. I am brown, and beautifully so, and proud of it. So when you look at me, see it, because I put it here for you to see. There is no shame in the texture of my hair. So when you look at me, I want you to see it. I don't want you to think that it's some other texture than what it actually is, because there's power, and I chose this particular texture for a reason. So when you look at me, see it. It speaks to the ancestors that are in my bones. That's why it looks the way it looks. There is no shame in having been born with a womb and breasts and buttocks and a vagina. So when you look at me, I want you to know that I was born a woman, and I chose this particular gender because it assists me in fulfilling this destiny that I chose, and it empowers me to fulfill this destiny properly. Now, whatever your own personal views on blackness, on curly hair, on women are, that's your own personal views. That does not put me in a box. That puts your mind in a box. And being exactly who and what I am in this lifetime makes me completely and totally limitless. There are no limits to what I can do in this body that I chose. There are limits in the minds of some. That does not box me in. That boxes them in. You chose this destiny. You chose this life and this lifetime. Live it like you did. Quit playing games. Quit being sad about shit that you chose. Embrace it. Love it. Be it. Do it to its fullest. because it was your choice and it's your destiny. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that there is some abusive sky daddy who gave you this life because he enjoys watching you suffer. That is bullshit. It is not true. It is nonsense. It is made up nonsense from the minds of madmen who had lived lives of being systematically abused from the time that they were children. Don't listen to them. They have never lived in reality. They have only ever lived in hell. So they are teaching you that life and that existence is hell, and that's not true. There is no abusive daddy in the sky waiting to smite you. That is not what is true. What is true is that this is you, and this is beautiful, and this is wonderful, and this is powerful, and you chose to be you. What is better than that? Nothing is better than that. Everything that you're looking at on this body is something that you chose. What's better than that? What's more powerful than that? To be able to choose a life and a destiny. Nothing is more powerful than that. I give thanks and praise and honor to my ancestors for knowing reality and therefore deifying it in their traditions. I'm so thankful. So please don't feel limited by who and what you are. Do not allow current modern day nonsensical discrimination to make you denounce any part of yourself. You are exactly as you chose to be. And it is your birthright to live the destiny that you know you're here to fulfill in this body that you created for this destiny.